All right, so you're thinking about graduation in Hong Kong. You've got the cap, the gown, the diploma, right? But something's missing. Something that really says congratulations in a way that just makes sense there.
Yeah, you're right. In Hong Kong, you can't just grab any old bouquet.
Definitely not. We're talking about a culture where even the type of flower you choose sends a message.
Absolutely. You got to get that symbolism right. It's about tapping in to those deeper cultural values.
It's fascinating, honestly. And to really understand what makes those Hong Kong grads tick, we decided to check out graduation flowers and Flower Delivery Hong Kong. Apparently, it's the place to go for graduation flowers online over there.
Oh, yeah, they're huge.
So what can this website, their choices, tell us about, like the language of flowers in Hong Kong?
Well, one thing you'll notice straight away is they love their sunflowers and daisies. Those classic, bright, cheerful blooms.
Yeah, I can picture it.
And it's not just about looking happy either, though that's definitely part of it. These flowers really represent optimism, new beginnings, that kind of thing.
Makes sense. It's like handing someone a bouquet that just screams, the future's bright.
Exactly. And that ties into the whole vibe of graduation in Hong Kong. It's a huge deal, tons of hope and excitement, not just for the graduates themselves, but for their families too, all that support.
Right, like the flowers are almost a visual representation of everyone's hopes and dreams for the future. But I did notice they also feature a lot of lilies, and those feel a little more, I don't know, elegant maybe.
Yeah, you're spot on. And that brings us to another key part of Hong Kong culture, this real appreciation for elegance, that sense of refinement. Lilies, in particular, they really embody that.
Interesting. So how does that play into graduation specifically?
Well, think about it. Lilies are associated with growth, confidence, achievement. All things that are super important in that whole graduation context.
Yeah, that's true. So it's not just about celebrating that someone graduated. It's about acknowledging their accomplishments and their potential, but doing it in a way that aligns with Hong Kong's cultural values.
100%. Yeah. Although we can't forget about the classics, like roses, for example.
Oh, of course. Roses are always a good choice.
Right. They're pretty universal. No matter where you are, they're a safe bet if you want to say congrats.
For sure. Although I did notice that even with the roses, the website really highlights the vibrant colors, which I guess goes back to that sense of celebration and excitement we were talking about.
Exactly. And speaking of colors, that brings us to a really fascinating part of all this. What the colors themselves mean in Hong Kong's graduation flower tradition. So about those colors, right? The website's really pushing yellow, orange, purple, especially for their graduation bouquets.
You're right, it's like a whole rainbow. But I'm guessing there's a reason behind it. It's not just random, is it?
Well,
knowing Hong Kong and how much meaning they pack into things?
Oh, definitely not. In Hong Kong, each color, especially when it comes to flowers, has a special significance, especially for graduation. Take yellow, for example.
Flowers, right.
Exactly. Sunflowers, yellow roses, all of that. It's all about joy, success, prosperity. It's like, hey, you did it. Congratulations.
It's like a bouquet of sunshine and good vibes.
Exactly. And then there's orange.
Ooh, orange. What's orange say?
Orange is interesting. Think like lilies or those bright gerbera daisies.
Yeah.
It's that energy, that real enthusiasm that comes with graduating. Like the world is your oyster.
Orange definitely has that go-getter energy.
Yeah.
What about purple, though? Purple's always felt very, regal, sophisticated.
It is. And in this context, it's about ambition, wisdom. Like you worked hard, you've got a bright future ahead. That kind of message.
I see. It's funny, though, because for all this talk of specific flowers and colors, I did notice they really emphasize that you can customize the bouquets, too.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And that actually says a lot about gifting culture in Hong Kong in general. Personalization, huge.
Oh, really? More than other places, would you say?
It's definitely a big deal. It's not just about the gift itself, but the thought behind it, that you put that extra effort in.
So it's like you're saying, I see you, I'm celebrating you specifically, not just some generic graduation message.
Exactly. And it's not even just the flowers. Like the website, they suggest adding balloons, teddy bears, chocolates, all sorts.
Wait, teddy bears? For graduation? That's not something I've ever seen. It's cute, but what's the thinking there?
Yeah, the teddy bears are a little different. But I think it speaks to this idea of making these big occasions, these milestones, really warm and playful, showing you really care.
It's like they're taking graduation, this very formal thing, and saying, hey, let's also make it personal, showing that love and support for the graduate as a person.
Exactly. It goes beyond just you achieve this.
Yeah.
It's more like we're celebrating you, your whole journey. And those little extra gifts, even if they seem a bit unusual, they add to that.
This has been so interesting. I mean, we started off just talking about graduation flowers in Hong Kong, and suddenly we're learning all about these deeper cultural values, the symbolism, even how they celebrate things.
It's amazing how much you can discover about a culture just by looking at something like flowers.
Right. It really makes you think, how do other cultures do it? What kind of flowers say congratulations somewhere else? Or what gifts would they give?
It's true. It's like every culture has its own way of marking these moments, these milestones, and
Yeah.
exploring those differences. It's fascinating.
Absolutely. And you know what? I think that's a pretty good place to leave things today. Think about graduation where you are, the flowers, the traditions, all of it. What does that say about your culture? What stories does it tell? It's amazing how much meaning can be packed into something as simple as a bouquet.